And welcome replay viewers and people for today. Hold on, let me get this up on the tripod. Hi, Blessed Jess. Hey, Lauren, Jenna. Guys, people coming in. Hello, hello. I am getting this all set up. Hey, X-Ray Tech, how are you? I'm so glad you're back. Hi, Winston. Hi, Amy, Kendra. Kendra, I just watched your scoop. It made me so happy. Hi, Jacqueline. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're well, X-Ray Tech. Hi, Winston. Let's see. So today is full of random things. Thank you so much for the hearts. I saw Lauren did a scope today. Hey, and she was saying, hey, if you're new to Periscope, the way these hearts are created is people are just tapping on their screen, and I was like, how have I never thought to tell people, like, people might be new to Periscope and they might not have any idea where the hearts come from. And all it is it's just basically like, I don't know, like, I'm here, I see you, you're really talking to people. So anyways, I hope everybody had a lovely, Grumpy Kitty says hi. Grumpy says hi. I hope everybody had a really good Labor Day. Hi, Marcy. I loved your scope today. I loved it so much. It made me really happy. I did not have a lovely Labor Day at all. If you saw the scope or like unscope yesterday, I was laying right there on my couch and I was dying. I puked for like 10 hours straight. Well, when I say straight, I mean like every 20 minutes. Hi, Shauna. Welcome, welcome. So anyways, I'm really bad at like segueing. I don't know why. But anyways, let me just introduce myself. If you are new, if you're here and you just jumped in and you don't know me and you don't know like our community, I'm Melissa. Hi, and this is sort of, SheScopes. Although today I'm like a little bit introspective, but hopefully not to a negative point, hopefully like in a positive way. Although introspection can be, I have learned, a very bad thing, depending on what you're trying to get out of it. This week's you're painting furniture, taking a break from it. Yeah, I'm glad we could give you a break. If you are new to this, the SheScopes challenge for the week, which I have not done yet, but I'm going to. Marcy did it, and Kendra did it, and some other people have jumped in, and it's been fabulous. It is 2 things, oh, that is funny, Amy. 2 things that you like about yourself that are physical, and 2 non-physical things that you like about yourself. So that is the challenge for this week. And the point, hi Heather, I love your face off and I missed you. The point of the SheScopes challenge is just to get more people, more females scoping SheScopes, and it's a challenge just to give you a topic to get you in front of or even behind the camera, and she loves me too. And so that is the SheScopes challenge. You can we have a Facebook group for the book club, we're on YouTube, blah 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 blah. I don't really feel like being all professional and going into all of that today because I want to jump into the real stuff. Like, if you want to know that stuff, I'll like, you can ask me about it afterwards. Sometimes I just feel like what I'm trying to do is provide like all the different resources, and instead it comes off as extremely self-promoting or like rah rah rah, here we go. And I'm just over it a little bit today. So I am going to share with you 3 lies that I'm currently wrestling with. And I've concluded most of them, but like they're like, oh good, I'm glad, Kendra, I am glad to hear that. There's things that like I think others will relate to, because it may not be the exact same things that you hear, but I think we all, thanks Marcy, I think we all hear variations of these things, especially here in this kind of community that we have formed. And so here is the first thing that I am wrestling with, fighting off, digesting, like just picking apart. Is there truth to this? Like, what do I keep and what do I throw away? Okay. And the first is you need to look more like XYZ to grow. So let's take a look at that. Let me explain where that comes from. You need to look like such and such. I started this and it was an accident, as I always do. I don't do anything small. So love it or hate it, that's just the reality of like the way I do things. Like, I have a tendency, I just jump in and it turns into this thing. I didn't plan to do SheScopes, but I love what it is, and I love this thing that we've got. There's Josh. Josh was staying home sick today because he's recovering from the stomach flu. You need to go upstairs and rest, please.
Oh, can you sit right there?
You may not. Please go upstairs and rest. Yes, ma'am. You know, and so there have been little growing pains things. And when I say little, like at the time when they happened, they felt like the end of the world, like bawling. Like this one time I said something that like some people overreacted to, and now I look back and I'm like, okay, that was dumb. That was dumb. And I wasted like a whole evening like crying and tearing myself up over it until finally I had some people that I respect go back and watch it, and they were like, yeah, that was fine. But like all this turmoil and stuff. And so some of the things that I have heard, and this is really well-meaning, this is actually good advice, okay? This is not like me saying this is bad advice, but it's good advice that I've had to fight off. Does that make any sense, like at all? Fighting off good advice? Are you, Sarah? Well, I love you. Drive safe. Stay off your phone. I love you. Okay. You need to be more professional. You know what? There's truth to that. Like, conventionally speaking, if you want to grow something, which, I mean, honestly, my heart is always to grow community. I think it's part of who I am. You know, I need to be more professional. I need to pick a niche. Do you say niche or niche? I don't know. Like, I can see how it could be either. I have niches in my house where I fit things. So, I mean, maybe it is a niche. Maybe it's a niche. I don't know. In any case, like, what are you going to do? Pick it and do it. Are you going to do dance stuff? Both. So, I guess everything. The answer's kind of, yeah, okay, anyways. Whichever it is, like, you need to pick that and you need to be it. Are you going to talk about Christian stuff? Are you going to do this book club? Are you going to do random recipes and things you do? And like, if you really want to grow, not everybody is going to like all the different pieces of you. So you need to pick one thing and you need to choose it and you need to do it. Pick one thing you do well and do it, right? That's conventional wisdom. It's not bad advice. And the other is, the other part of the you need to look like thing that I'm like working through is just that, I need to censor myself. If I am not Christian enough, then it's not, is it? Then the Christian community will not respond. Like, you have to look Christian enough to fit into a Mardell's in order to grow, right? Isn't that conventional? Yay, see the people here, you like all the parts? And yet at the same time, if you're too Christian, you will, no censorship, you will not appeal to people that you want to reach, because I wasn't looking to build anything Christian. I was looking to build like an authentic community for people that are in different stages and different places, but can all appreciate each other. Like, I'm sorry, I have some super liberal friends, and like, I want for them to be in our book club too, you know? Real is better. I know, you guys get it. You guys get me. But like, how many of us are there? And so somebody was just giving me the good advice that like, if you want to grow this, if you want it to be a thing, then you need to do these things. Like butter, real is, hey, that's good. Like butter. And I really did think it over, and I just decided, you know what? I don't have enough of me to give to make me into something else, because that's exhausting. Yes, that's truth, Shauna. And I'm just realizing, like, I think it's okay. I think that I'm coming to a place where I'm accepting that nobody is going to fit me. I'm never going to fit into your traditional evangelical Christian, and it's not a bad thing, it's just not me, box, because like I'm just not willing to do some of the things that I see a lot of people who succeed do. And I love them, and I love their heart, and I love their voice, but I'm not going to pretend that I don't drink a glass of wine or that I never say shit. I just have decided that like maybe 20 of us is perfect. You know, you need all sides. See, I'm actually very conservative, like when it comes politically and morally speaking. I am very, very conservative. And the truth is you guys, this is gonna sound really crazy. I don't believe in cursing and swearing. I just don't believe certain things are cursing and swearing that maybe like everybody else does. So, I mean, that's weird. So that is a lie that I fight off constantly right now. This lie of, if you want to grow SheScopes, if you want Periscope and YouTube and these things to form an authentic, or just form a community and to grow, you need to do those two things. You need to be more professional, you need to pick a niche, and you need to censor yourself. You need to decide who you're going to be and just be that. Thank you so much for all the encouragement. Do you guys ever get stuff like that? Is that just something I wrestle with? Is that something that's really common? I don't know. I do. And you guys, I hope you caught that, like, I'm not saying that I believe in like cursing and swearing. I just have a different perspective on it than everybody, okay? And I won't go deep into that. I just, like, maybe I will sometime, but like right now I don't want to get off track and do that. Like, I love you too. I love you, Amber. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Mwah. We need to do our little date. Like, yeah, I can't fit in any box at all. Amy, do you love that and hate it? Do you love, like, I love the part of myself that won't fit in a box? Wait, too many ways, but yes, I know exactly what you mean, Mother. I love it, and then I hate it, because part of me, like, I have a real desire, and I don't know if it's, I'm actually in the process through counseling. You're in a constant internal struggle. Okay, so I'm not the only one. I'm in the process, Grumpy Cat's going to comfort me right now, of working through with my therapist, counselor, doctor, whatever you want to call her, fit in some boxes, but not a lot of them. Yeah. Working through, like, there's a deep desire in me to grow something big, to make an impact, to, like, reach out, like all the things that I see, the Christine Caines of the world, to impact the world in a way like that. Working through, like, whether that's a good thing, a bad thing, or just an unfinished thing. And then realizing, like, I can't change myself. Oh, I missed it. Whatever it was, somebody say it too. I was, like, pondering. I'm so sorry. Like, maybe letting go of the fact that, like, I'm not going to. Because what it costs. Yes, X-Ray Tech, that is actually something that I was going to talk about. You, like, read my mail. I love that. See, you belong with us. Anyways, I don't remember just these musings of being like, maybe that's something that I need to let go of, because I will never fit the women of faith mold, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing. It's just, like, not it. Yes, that's true, Amy, and that's the other thing. That is the other side of it. To the Christians, I'm not Christian enough. And to those out there, well, thank you, Kendra. To those out there, it's still Christianity. It's still religion. I don't think of myself as a particularly religious person, because religion has a lot more to do with traditions and some things. She said, we were made with breath. You can't put that in a box. Oh my gosh, that is so good. So yes, Amy, that's true. Others haven't stopped seeing us as religious. Oh my gosh, so much good stuff happening. So yeah, that's a struggle. It's a really real thing. Part of me would have liked to come on here and never mention specific religious things, or spiritual things, never say Jesus' name, but and so if you call yourself religious and you speak around things, you can deliver truth without alienating anybody. But you know what? That's not authentically me. Like, I'm totally and completely. Thank you so much for inviting followers, Marcy. For anybody else, just so you know really quick, you swipe up on Android or from left to right on iOS, and you can share with followers or share to Twitter if you like what we're talking about today, and you want to. You can totally do that. No pressure. Doesn't matter. This isn't... You don't have to. I don't remember what I was saying. But anyways, thanks, Kendra. So, you know, those are just some thoughts, meandering things. That's just the first one. I still have two more. Ready? That one was a big one. I think a lot of people actually resonated with that one. I think there is, maybe that's just a lie everybody hears in their own way, that if you want to succeed, you need to look like XYZ. Maybe it's just something, religion does have a lot of baggage. It really does. And yet, See, it's like there's good religion and there's bad religion. Well, I mean, there is. There are religious traditions that I adore. They're so beautiful. There's so much history. There's so much, right? And then there's the bad religion. So there's 3 kinds of religion. I'm sorry, I'm such a dork. My dork just won't stop coming out. I had my mouth. When I was in, let's see what country was I in. I was in Romania, and I went, and then true religion. Those are some good jeans. Well, not for me. They make my butt flat, but for a lot of people, they look fantastic. Their pockets are way too structured. They won't let my booty be my booty, so that's not for me. Anyway, so I was in Romania, and I went to a Greek Orthodox church full of religion, what some would even call like the unhealthy religion. There's so much beauty in it, though. Like in the good parts of it, there's so much beauty in stopping and taking sacred moments. There's so much beauty in the traditions and the history and all that different stuff. Like, I'm not talking about like all tradition and religion, which like that's not where necessarily we find Jesus. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Many don't get my heart. Yeah, that's truth. And then there's the kind of religions like in American Christianity right now that like I have a really hard time with and I really struggle with. I really struggle with a lot of the rules that I see coming from like what religion used to be, and I don't find it in the Bible. Don't drink, don't smoke, no rock and roll, no dancing, like a lot of these things that there may even be good stuff in them. Like, I'm just using that to sum up like the 1950s idea of what Christianity was. You know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of places where it says don't be a drunkard. And I think that everybody would agree that being a drunkard is probably really bad for you. There's not going to come a lot of fruit in your life from it, But it seems like in order to fit into the Christian world, you have to pretend that like you're completely anti-alcohol. And what is frustrating to me is that there are people that's their belief and it's their personal conviction, and I honor that. But I'm talking about a lot of people that don't actually believe that at all, and that's not how they live, but they have to put that face on. I guess I'm just not willing to do it. Not going to do it. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people, like I had a friend in YWAM, and she came from an alcoholic home, and she was completely opposed to alcohol. I honor that. Somebody that's against it for so many different reasons. Like, I completely honor that. I don't honor the empty, or like, I despise that I see people and they can't be authentic because, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I probably lost y'all. Let me get back on track. So here's the other things bailing me out as I'm digging myself a really big church hole. I just dug myself a big church hole. That's okay. Jesus already told me specifically I wasn't going places in a certain way. So that's all right, right? Like, it was never going to happen. I was never going to be that girl. I was never going to go through that path. Like, he already told me. Like, I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. My life is not going to look that way. Okay, so here's the other lie that I'm wrestling with. Are you guys ready for that? Oh, it's okay. It really is okay. The truth is I don't like who I would have to be to follow certain paths. And that's all right. I'm good with us 20. We have a good thing going. We've got a good vibe. Here's the second lie that I keep wrestling with right now, and that is authenticity is overdone. It's a buzzword, and it's now mockable. I didn't really know this until recently. I didn't know authenticity was like this buzzword, this hashtag, this like thing that everybody makes fun of. Like, I was completely like taken aback. I came across this reference on Instagram, and it was really funny. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I get it. And there's this community, which is very mockable because here's something, and here's a quote from me for today. Everything valuable and worth having will be mockable. So, like, we can't let that be our litmus. So there's this thing, and it is called SoCality, and I have seen it, but I just thought it was like SoCal Life. Like, I'm from Northern California, so like we call it SoCal, and so I thought that's what it was. Totally not what it is, okay? And so I saw this Instagram account, which is hilarious, mocking this whole movement of SoCality. And like, I get it. It's not. It's social, community, eternity. I went and Googled SoCality and then found what they're about. It's beautiful. It's everything. Yes, SoCality Barbie. So I saw that and it's hilarious. And then I was like, well, what is this thing? And what is it that, they're making fun of? And I went to it and it's everything I believe in. It is social media. It is community. It is searching for authenticity. It is all these beautiful things. And it is so mockable. Like, even I find it hilarious. And so that made me really insecure for a minute because I'm like, well, if I were to succeed and women across the world took on the SheScopes challenge and were encouraging each other and tagging their stuff with SheScopes so that it could be shared and you could find it, like, we would be mockable. I'm mockable. What I stand for and everything that makes my heart just swell is totally mockable. Welcome, Texas Hell 93. And so I had to take a moment. I had to deal with that. And I realized that everything valuable, no matter what it is going to be mockable, and I can't let that stop me. And I kind of get annoyed with myself for thinking that some of the mocking is so funny. But I do. It is really funny. But that's just because I don't get the hipster thing. I'm too old. I'm too old to be a hipster. So, like, some of it seems really like, well, where I was, when I go back to my timeline, my memories on Facebook, I annoy the hell out of myself. Me, like 6 years ago, is so obnoxious. Like, so obnoxious. And so, like, that's just where these kids are, that's where they are. We all go through these stages. And you know what? In 5 years, I'll probably look back at my posts and the things that were so authentic and from deep in my heart right now, and I'll be like, oh my God, geez, I had some stuff to learn. I am old. I'm 33. So like, I'm not old, but like, I'm not a 20-year-old, and I've got 4 kids, and that'll age you. Yeah. I've loved, I've lost, I've grieved, I have had joy. Like, these things, it makes you not 20 anymore. So I don't know. So that was the other lie that I was working through, was when I look back at my old posts, I'm annoyed by myself. And so I have sometimes gone to read the authentic posts or things that would come from my heart now, and I filter them because I'm afraid of looking ridiculous to myself in 5 years. And so the conclusion that I came to was that, who I am right now, I might regret in 5 years. I might change. I could be completely wrong. Maybe some of those things that I just said that, like, I really think right now, like the things that are maybe a little controversial about life and authenticity and, like, all that stuff that I just said that maybe wouldn't fit in really well everywhere in the church. Like, I might look back and say that's just immaturity. And that's okay. I decided that that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this thing, and maybe I'll look back and I'll be like, oh my gosh, there was so much immaturity in that. I had so far to go. But that's okay, because it's a journey, right? And aren't we all going to do that at some point anyways? So if I continue to look at it through the lens of, well, what if I think I'm dumb in 5 years? Like, I will never say or do anything, because we're always going to be progressing. When I was a kid, I wouldn't keep a diary. I wouldn't keep a diary because I think I've struggled with this. There's probably some lies somewhere deep inside. Yes, it's part of the life process. You're right. I wouldn't keep a diary or a scrapbook because when I would look back at what I had done a year before, I would be kind of ashamed at who I had been. So maybe this is something I really need to work through. I would think like, oh, that was so dumb. But it was like real in the moment. It was really real in the moment. Sorry, Grumpy Cat is. Ding, ding, ding. She's like, yes, this is something to work through. See, there's my confirmation from our licensed professional counselor who tunes in upon occasion. There is a lie there. Okay. Verbal processor problem. What do you mean, Amy? Is that something that you think is pretty common? So, okay, so apparently we have now established that there is a lie there, and that's something that as I unfold and as I work through, I'll keep sharing it with you guys because I have a feeling I am not the only one. So, those, at least I know, at least it's in my lie category. It's not in like a really one. Yeah, that's true. That is how I look at things. So that is my deep part. Does anybody have any other thoughts or anything? I know I'm kind of like in a weird space. Maybe it's because I puked for 10 hours yesterday. I don't know. Or maybe it's not. Is anybody still there? Freedom is exposing the lie and then replacing with the truth. All right, so I'm on step 1. Through the course of this one, and over the last few days, I have begun exposing the lie, and now I have to go find the truth. Hey, Jess. Hi. So those are the 3 lies. Let me recap. The 3 lies are you need to look like XYZ in order to grow. The second lie is authenticity is overdone, and it's mockable, therefore I/you, we, and what we are about is mockable. And the third lie is that I'm going to find myself ridiculous in 5 years, so maybe I should just like not say anything at all. So those are the 3 lies. Those are the things that some of which I've worked through, some of which I'm working through. This will make a lot more sense if you've just come in. If you go back to the replay, you'll see the whole progression. Like I don't have, oh, thanks for the hearts. I don't have a lot of answers for all of that. Those are just, I can't come on here and like pretend that like I'm super happy on a day when I'm not, or like, you know, any of that. So that's really where I'm at. Now for the fun part. Do you guys want to have some fun? Who's ready to have some fun? Uh-oh, let's hope she's got pants on. Tor, I know you just woke up, but you don't have pants on.
My dress is long.
Your dress is not long enough. And I'm on Periscope. It's not. But you can wrap your blanket around you. It's the rule. We do not show undies. Baby, it's a shirt. It's not a dress. It's not a nightgown. Okay, who's ready to have some fun? Give me some thumbs upsies. I got my new lenses. Okay, so these are lenses that fit onto a phone so that I can do different cool stuff. Anybody still there? So you guys are gonna have to tell me what you like and what you think is cool, and then if anything's just like weird, okay? All right. So this one is so that when I do interviews, like tomorrow is Wonder Woman. Yay! Somebody's willing to play. Thanks, Jess. She's like, I'm here. I can turn it into a wide view. Let's see. Woo! That really works, huh? Good girl. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, so I've got a bit of a light thing going on because I have the window open. I'm gonna make you a new one. That one got old. Yeah, it was old. Okay, so that is kind of cool, huh? So somebody that I'm sitting with could be right there, and then look at the difference.
What happened to you?
Woo.
What happened to this? What happened to this?
Hold on.
Mom, what happened to this?
I had to take it off so I could put the lenses on. Okay, so now I also have a different lens. Whew, sorry, the light is like doing crazy things as it adjusts. Okay, so that's the wide lens, and then here's the little clip. Got little cases. And this one is called a fisheye, and it's kind of weird. And then I've got a macro lens too, but that won't be useful today. You can't sit down? I'm sorry. Can't get it open. Got it. I am super one. And the little, it came in a little carrying case that's also a lens thing. Not right now. Look at, I'm talking to my friends in the phone. My friends in my phone. I'm almost done. She's not happy I'm talking to y'all today. She's like, I want to watch shows. Okay, so here's the fisheye. Hi, Sarah. Isn't that kind of weird? Kind of cool? I'm not sure. It makes me in a bubble. So then when I say when I say we're all in this bubble, we're like really in a bubble.
Mom, I have a dream.
It makes me look a little bit weird. Yeah. Hello. Hello. So, yeah, isn't that fun? Okay, and then there is one more. Whoo! Isn't that a trip? Dude. What does it mean? What does it mean? Oops. Dork coming out. Okay, I'm going to take that. Okay, now, this is not going to adjust. Now I took off the fisheye part. And this is just the macro. And it should be able to focus.
It's Kitty.
Hold on. It should be able to focus really close on Kitty. Hold on. Does Kitty have to get closer? Hold on. It's not working. Why is the macro lens not working? Is it for really far away? Further. Like, is it? Oh, whoops. Okay. Amy, I'll probably need your wisdom. How do you use a macro lens? Too close. So it's not for close-ups? Okay. I don't know these things. I will need my photographer help. My wonderful photographer people. Yes, you can play with Grumpy. It should be a zoom. Macro is super close-up. Huh. So I wonder if it would work better on my back camera if I'm trying to take. Okay. You don't need the item close. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to experiment. This seems like it would be really useful. Maybe not for periscoping, but for like cool applications, of which I can think of many. You can tell me.
I sprayed a kitty.
So, anyways, those are my cool new lenses. Which one did you guys like the most? What would you think if I did a... See, that's what I thought it was for, but then I thought it had to be close, or maybe it just has to be tiny. I don't know. I was missing something. Better pics of stuff far away. I'm just like missing it somehow, but you guys can help me figure it out. So I might just do shows from my bubble, and I'll close the curtains since it seems to be sensitive to light, and I'm giving myself like a glowy face. Meow. Meow. Okay, well that's cool. I think I like the wide one best. What'd you guys like best, the wide one or the fisheye? Tap the screen. Well, I tried to do that to make it focus, and then it wide. Okay, and then it turned around. I accidentally double tapped. Double tap. And I don't mean like in the sniper kind of way.
Mom, can you help me get a dress or a shirt?
Yeah, I can help you in just a second. Anyways, yeah, that works really well, and then it'll be great for our special guest stuff. Tomorrow we have Kristen Mangus. Who is a YouTube superstar. You guys, she has 109,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel.
Christmas time.
It's not almost Christmas time, but that's a very optimistic view. Yes, it's very optimistic. Can you say hi to my friends? Hi, Julie's update. We finished the actual show. We're just hanging out now. So Kristen Mangus will be with us tomorrow. She is the face of Good Knit Kisses, which is like the best name of something ever. I'm sorry I still have glowy face, you guys. It never completely adjusted. And she's also going to try to teach me how to knit. A very simple beginner's project. I'm really looking forward to that. And then, as you know, we have a guest every week on Wednesday for Wonder Woman Wednesdays. I have only a few dates to fill out for the rest of the year, so I'm excited about that. Hi, Sarah Jackson. Can you say it? Can you say it nicely? Can you say, please, may I have some hearts?
Please?
Say, please, may I have some hearts?
Please, yeah?
That's like the weirdest way of asking ever. Oh, but they're doing it anyways because they love you. Look at all those green and dark green and brown and gold hearts. They say, can you say thank you?
Yum, yum, yum.
Come over this way a little. Come that way. Right here. Okay, right there. Look and say mwah, mwah, mwah. She's eating your hearts. She's eating your heart.
Mommy, so my auntie's
No, I didn't. You're covered in the blankie. I did not. I did not. I'm very careful. Anyways, so that's that. Book club. I am going to place the order in a little bit. If you don't already know about our awesome book club, we are going to start next week, and we are going to be studying The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. I am really excited about that. It's going to be awesome. So if you are local, then there is a book buy going down on the SheScopes Facebook page. If you are not on the SheScopes Facebook page, it's not a page, it's a group. It's not like something you like. It's like a group that you join, and then you can either turn on or off your notifications. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna place that order by 8 p.m. Okay, Shauna? So if you want to do that, you'll have to pick it up from me. So you'll have to be local to Roanoke, or South Lake, or Grapevine. I'm trying to think of all the different places that I would actually go. Keller. Yeah, sounds good. And so that will save you on shipping. It's with tax, $9.37. Super, super great deal on that. And we'll take, I think we are going to do Tuesdays. I think Tuesdays is the best day, and that's the day where we'll just all talk about like what we liked and what we thought in the chapter. It's not a book study in the sense that we will end up going deep, but not like based off of a workbook. We'll just talk about it. I'm going to open up the Skype line every Tuesday, and people can call in, and you don't have to be on video. You can just do your voice and share your thoughts better than you can like commenting down there. So, oh, thank you for Grumpy Kitty. So that's it. Just if you want to be in the SheScopes group, just put SheScopes in on Facebook. It'll pop up. You ask to join, and I will approve you if you are one of our female. Oh, look at one little lonely heart. Boop. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So that's everything. That's all it was. Thanks for talking through all my random stuff and hanging out with me and testing lenses and just jumping in. I'm sorry, it's a little bit scattered. I had gotten really good about being professional and doing notes and following a thing, and then I just kind of got over it. I'm sure I'll get back to it, but right now they're just a little bit more like us all talking and hanging out, which I think is probably even better. So anyways, if you go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, Marcy's interview is up, and I believe the challenge is up. And then I'm only putting up SheScopes that has like a point. So on the days that I was sick or that it was random, like I didn't put those up. So, oh, do you guys want to see my jewelry for the day? Whoa, my apologies. Look at that. Okay, so these are my 14 karat gold and turquoise coin cut earrings. And they've got lots of, see, this is where I could probably use the macro lens, show off the detail, and my labradorite ring. I need to get some more jewelry scopes going where I just make jewelry and hang out with y'all. That's something I definitely need to do. It's harder than I thought it would be to find time to do all the scoping that I want to do. So I guess I'll just take it day by day. I might go to trying to do every other day. Do a scope with a point a couple times a week, and then scopes that are for Lux in the Rough on the other days, because I really have to build my business because I have bills every month and I'm not making any money, and that's not fabulous. Although I was super proud of myself, you guys. I went on my anniversary. We went to go to Matt's, which is my favorite Tex-Mex restaurant. What are the deets for the book club? Oh, what are deets? That's my super dorky slang for details. I always say the deets, and I just mean details. Sorry. I forget that I made words up and they're not real. And then I go to use them and people are like, what are you talking about? I don't know what that word is. So yeah, that's what it was. We have other words. Yes. Sorry, Jules. Love you, Sarah. So yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but I probably didn't have a point. And just like Kendra said, it's like hard to like stop a scope. But we have dwindled down to almost nobody, and I'm still talking, and that's silly. So if you who are still present would be so kind as to send me out in a flurry of hearts, then I will see you guys another time, and it shall not be long. Will anybody say goodbye to me? Yay! She's like, I'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, hi, James. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. Bye, guys.